Hi, my name is Jane Pinklady, and this is our Tecne Second Life Public Health Department. Activities in Second Life are intended to supplement our students' normal community clinical activities and expose them to experiences that may not be available in their clinical setting. Not all community clinical students are placed in public health departments. The purpose of the Second Life Public Health Office is to familiarize students with the essential services of public health and the roles of public health nurses. The office is organized around the core Public Health Steering Committee's 10 essential public health services. Each office illustrates an example of a public health function. Note cards, posters, links to websites and academic databases are used to enable the students to learn more about each area of public health. This is the Public Health Director's Office. Let's move on to the Women, Infants, and Children's WIC Program Office. Students visiting this office learn WIC eligibility requirements, view a videotaped nutrition interview, learn more about culturally sensitive care, and develop a nutrition care plan for a diverse client. Next, we're at the Sanitarian Office. The students are able to view a presentation by a sanitarian and learn more about food and water safety inspections. They can try out their inspection skills at some virtual restaurants which have simulated safety violations. The Second Life Public Health Office has been offered as an optional activity to our accelerated nursing students. Although some students have done the activities, they tend to become immersed in the events at their real-life clinical agencies. Therefore, the Second Life Public Health Office has not been heavily utilized. Now we've moved to the Safety House, which is a required activity in our aging course. Anita Ann Endell is an elderly widowed client, and the Safety House is her home. Students are asked to perform a home visit and identify safety hazards. They're graded on the number of hazards they can spot in and around Anita's two-story home. Let's see if Anita's home. Knock, knock, Mrs. Endell, are you there? There she is.
Oh, hi, Jane. Good to see you again.
I have some Tecne students with me. Is it okay if we walk around a minute?
Sure, you go ahead. I'm just eating my lunch.
Thank you. Student reactions to the Safety House assignment have been very positive. One student commented, "This was an interesting and fun assignment, different in a good way from any previous assignments we've had. It made us think outside the book." Other students commented that it was cool and fun and that they loved doing the activity. Lastly, let's visit the disaster exercise area.
A small passenger aircraft has crashed into a chemical plant, and our accelerated nursing students have been asked to work in groups of 2 or 3 to locate and triage the victims using the green, yellow, red, and black system. They clicked on the 18 victim avatars to get information about airway, respirations, circulation, and injuries. Now this may seem pretty simplistic, but each group uploads their classification of the victims and their reflections to a discussion forum. They analyze the differences between the group's classifications, identify resources that could be used in a disaster situation, and critique the activity. During these facilitated discussions, issues related to rescuer safety and hazmat are addressed. The students evaluated this activity in May of 2008. They were asked to rate the helpfulness of the disaster triage scenario to their learning on a scale of 1, strongly disagree, to 4, strongly agree. The mean score was 3.14, or slightly above the agree rating of 3. Students' comments included, "My favorite Second Life activity was the disaster triage scenario. That was very informative." Another student commented, "The disaster scenario gave me a more accessible, understandable view of a disaster. You could see the range of patient activities." And yet one more student commented, "I thought the disaster scenario was helpful, more so than just reading about it." Since then, the disaster scenario has been further improved. Recent comments by the students remain extremely positive. Thank you for joining me in the fascinating virtual world of Second Life. I hope you've enjoyed your tour as much as I've enjoyed taking you here.